Right, we're using a phthalo blue, a alizarin crimson, a phthalo turquoise, and a mixture of sap green and the turquoise. First of all, I'm going to wet the paper. It's a rough paper, no, it's a knot paper I'm using, which is not rough, but it's got a tooth to it, or grain. And this is on the back of a painting that didn't work. So it shows that you can use the back using a 1-inch flat brush. First of all, we have the washes mixed, and this is the phthalo blue. Gives a nice wash. It's a very workable colour, this. You can spray it and splash it, and it gives some nice effects when you do it. Like that. You see, I've picked up a lump from the palette. I'll brush that in. So some water. It runs the wash down. We are at an angle about 45 degrees with the board. Look at the way that runs down. It's absolutely beautiful. To soak up some of this so that when we turn the board round, like this, and the water runs back down, and we mix up a little bit of the alizarin crimson. Look at the way that spreads in that. It's just wonderful how it runs. This is watercolours all over. This just shows what it can do, just at a slight angle, and it runs down beautifully. And the colour, the crimson, is very good when it runs in the water. Take a little bit of the water off the bottom. Now we're going to this mixture, which is the green. It's not a very strong one at the moment because I haven't mixed up a really strong. How that when it mixes with the alizarin, it goes a darker, almost a brown, which it would do if it was just applied. Now it's gone a little bit solid just here, so there's a little bit of the neat sap green as well in this. Hang that up, let that run down. Now it's putting a little edge on there, which I don't mind, because as I'm watching it run, I'm working out what I'm going to do with it. And this is the point of doodling, is that you just put the washes on and then build it up as you go along. So in this corner here, you see how, see if I can get it into the camera. Yes, there we are, there. Gives a nice little effect on that, which we can use by using the other colours now to build it up. We'll put something in here. There's a little rose there, so a little bit more in there. This is very wet, so whatever you do now is going to just run in. So we could just turn the camera off and give it a blast with a hairdryer, and so you dry it off a little bit, or you continue working. Sometimes it's better to hold it flat, but we'll leave it at this because of the angle. And I'm going to a number 12 round brush, and we'll dip it in the phthalo turquoise, which is this colour here. Don't have it too wet. Hopefully that isn't too wet. Now we'll just see what happens. What should we do here? There we are. See, you give the shape like some trees. Taking the brush again and going for the green. See, what I've done here is I haven't mixed the washes up strong enough. That's better. Putting a little bit of a broken edge on there. Then we're going to put something in the right hand corner. See how it's all running in? It's gone in a nice little colour in there. And add a bit of green to that. Lovely dark colours. I'm just rolling the brush on really. And a touch of crimson with the point. And it's just an impression we're giving. We're not trying to pick out every leaf. We're not trying to pick out every stem. It's really just using the colour to give a little bit of a form and texture to it. What I've done is given it a blast with the hairdryer, and so it's still damp, but it's a lot drier than it was. So now I'm going to add some more colour, and I've mixed up the phthalo turquoise and the sap green, and loading the brush up. You can see the green is a real rich dark green. I love the colours, so we just roll it on here a little bit. Look at that. And then I'll dab it a little bit of water, and you can, and then we can just put it in to give the impression of it's much stronger now, but leaving some of this here by just leaving little bits like that, you get the impression of the branches. There we see we have nice. And then this with the number 12, I've got a number 8 as well, which we can just dab a bit of crimson in there, you see, to pick out some branches going up. And then the phthalo turquoise is a very strong colour. All the phthalos are, they're very strong, as you can see from that. But they're a lovely colour. You can see it's just, we're really just adding a bit of colour, so it's like a baseline here. It's still wet, so I'm using the colour almost straight from the tube here. It's quite thick. And then blending it in with the green at the bottom here, you can see it's almost like, and over this side we want something, so we'll just decide what to do as we go. What can we put in here? So if we just put now, I wonder what this could be. Aha! So I'm drawing this in really with a brush. There we are. Makes it look like a little style. It's a bit wet, so you can't really get that, but there is a way of doing that. Yeah, just some little touches now, and there's like a little fence. this is a little bit too square and that, so we can just add some bits in with a little brush like that to give an impression of the grasses, and also something hanging on the wire. Just put a little edge on it, make it stand out a little bit. And this bit, if it goes a little bit solid, sometimes I'll just clean water on the brush and just give it a little flick, and it just puts a bit of light and dark in it and texture in it. There we are. Put a signpost in. Shame we didn't have one of these at the beginning of the demonstration. Show us which way to go. But we make it up as we go along with these, and that's the aim of it, to just produce something that is an impression of a scene in this. There we are, a simple little demonstration using the 4 colours.